Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have three fine young men from Seattle. They're coming. Hold on, they're coming. They're thoroughly all right and decent fellows.
Here is Junior at third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. I don't believe it. My, oh my.
Up to Gary Payton. Lead pass to Kemp. Hill slams down. What a lob!
Welcome to Press Play Radio, the Emerald City Sports and Entertainment Hour. And now, here are your hosts, Dietrich Kiemle, Griffin Bennett, and Taylor Jacobs.
And thank you, Dietrich, for that intro, as always.
Yeah, thanks, Dietrich.
My name is Taylor Jacobs, the host of Press Play Radio, Seattle's only sports and entertainment variety hour. With me, as always, Griffin Bennett and...
Not Dietrich Kiemle.
Not Dietrich Kiemle. Just Griffin Bennett, but Griffin's back.
We tagged in.
We tagged in. A little tag team.
Yeah.
We're wrestling fans here, so that's okay. We'll allow that.
What's Dietrich up to?
He's work obligations.
Oh.
Had to cover a shift, so I couldn't quite get out
Good
of
for
it.
him.
Yeah,
Responsible Dietrich.
But he'll be back next week, and we got some games next week that will
Yes.
debut that are pretty awesome. So you're going to want to tune in next week, as well as this week, but especially next week.
Yeah, don't turn this off.
Don't turn us off, because we got some new games, we got some new things coming. So stay tuned there.
Ever evolving.
Ever evolving. Press Play Radio. You can find us at facebook.com/pressplayradio, Twitter at pressplay_radio, email pressplayradio@outlook, or you can find us on our podcast on Stitcher or iTunes. And now, if you want to donate to the show, if you have maybe a request for a song or something like that, you can do that. So you go to our pressplayradio.com website page, and there's a link right there. Just, do you want to donate? And you can click on it if you want to. You don't have to.
Yeah, if you
But if you
enjoy
feel
an
so-
hour a week,
Yeah.
and you would like to donate whatever
And you want
would like,
you want to hear this
Yeah.
and see this keep going, then let's
if you donate $10,000, we'll let you call into the show and we'll talk to you.
yeah, we will allow you that
Yeah.
luxury of talking to us. So I like that. Yeah, $10,000. Let's set the bar high. But $10 also works. So either
It's
way.
like Kickstarter, but not a ripoff because we're already doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. And our question of the day or of the week this week, in your opinion, who are the 5 most important Seattle Mariners of all time? I figure we'll do a little pause on the Mariners because we haven't really paused on them yet.
Now,
in the
when I,
start of the season.
when I was putting together my 5, there's a precipitous drop off.
Yeah. There's
It is.
4,
Yeah,
and
there's-
then 5
yep,
is hard.
exactly.
And I found that consensus on Facebook in our group, the discussion that we had on our status this morning.
Yep.
So that was crazy.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it. Let's get into the rewind.
And now, time for your Press Play Weekly Rewind.
Masters this past weekend. Griff, you a big golf fan?
I am.
Me too.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
High
Whoa.
five.
Yay.
Oh. Yeah, I'm a big golf fan. I think I grew up just kind of lazy Saturday, Sundays, and it's on, and just the majestic sounds, and then it's an overall experience. It's not really like
Yeah.
I love playing golf.
Same.
It's just
Or trying to play golf.
Yeah, well, oh God.
Yeah.
If I get under 100, it's an amazing day.
Agreed. Oh,
Yes. Golf's just the best. But yeah, I think it's great. But we grew up in the Tiger Woods generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 97 was, amazing.
Yeah.
That was like the first time I was really aware of what was going on in golf.
and I think this is the first year since then
Yeah.
that golf has really had to deal with Tiger not being there.
Yep.
And what's it going to be like when Tiger's not there?
Well,
Although it's still like 10 years away. He's still got
Yeah.
a lot of good quality golf to play.
I think golf is a really interesting sport where competition isn't exactly great for the sport. It's almost better to have 3 or 4 big stars than it is, great competition at the top where you don't know who's going to win.
Right.
Like, you'd rather have those storylines of, oh, here comes,
Yeah, you're always
Mickelson or
yeah.
Scott. Like, you'd rather have them win all the time. Like, well, that's why I think Bubba winning is great for the sport. It really gives him more clout going into other tournaments.
What would have been better, or what would have been the better scenario? Bubba winning or Spieth?
I love Spieth. I think he's going to be great. He's so young.
I think if Spieth had won, it would have changed how they talked about the Masters, at least afterwards.
But I feel like we've all gone through this where like McIlroy, it's like,
True.
oh, it's the next Tiger,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then they just nosedive because of the pressure.
Well, that's exactly what everyone's looking for, the next Tiger. So,
Which is insane. There'll never be
Yeah.
there'll never be a young kid like that. Like Nicholas and him, that's it. Like there won't be two young guys like that.
what
That's
was what was the more important storyline? The Bubba winning his second or Tiger not being there?
The clicks. Like if you want to go by like clicks on the internet, it's Tiger not being there.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're golf, I think it's really big for them to have Bubba step up and win another
love
Masters.
Bubba.
Yeah, I love him too.
No lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Just
got some,
powers the ball.
He's got some interesting views on gay marriage, which are just disappointing. But
Yeah.
he's Southern, and
Again, off the field
Yeah.
things, I can't always judge an athlete by what they do off the field,
Yeah.
whether it's good or bad. If it's good, it usually helps your cause.
Yeah,
if it's
you
bad,
think?
it usually hurts your cause.
Yeah.
So, but enough golf talk. Let's get into
hot golf talk.
soccer talk.
The
Hooray.
better sport, soccer.
Yes, Griff, you were excited about
Hey.
the Sounder game this
Hey.
weekend.
I watched a full 10-minute highlight of one match.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
Hey, when there's 8 goals in a match, I'm pretty sure I'm going to watch the highlights of it.
And we'll let you listen to it. If you don't know, the Sounders came back from being down a goal twice
Yeah.
to win. So here's the sound.
Martins for Dempsey. Has a good look here, Clint Dempsey. It's Chad Barrett for Dempsey! It's another goal! And is that the winner from Clint Dempsey on his homecoming? Man on fire! A hat-trick last week, 2 tonight.
5 goals.
Seattle lead
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. I like it. I can't complain. Now he's starting to be worth the money that
Yeah.
he's earning
He's
that
like
contract.
MLS Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row now,
Yep, and he's on pace to be the MVP.
for sure.
On a goal pace to shatter the goal record. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing. Who holds it now? Donovan or
Either I'm not sure. We'll have to look that up. I'll
Yeah.
look that up in a
I have
second.
no idea.
It's either Donovan or like maybe Thierry Henry.
Oh yeah, he puts
Maybe
in.
I don't know about
goals.
maybe Robbie Keane. Anyone who's been a big star is probably the leading
Yeah.
goal scorer. But other soccer news: Copa del Rey for
Now
those
this is a game I
Spanish fans.
watched.
Yeah, so I have the sound from the Madrid
Yes.
call. So we're gonna play that.
Oh yes.
I apologize; it's in Spanish, obviously.
It does not matter.
But I'm sure everyone is going to enjoy this sound. So here it is, the end of the Madrid-Barcelona El Clásico Copa del Rey final.
Muy bien, Fabio, vámonos.
La pelota larga para la carrera de Gareth Bale que va a ganar.
¡Qué carrera!
Gana la carrera Gareth Bale dentro del área. Ahí está Bale.
¡Qué gol! ¡Qué gol de Gareth Bale! ¡Qué gol de Gareth Bale! ¡Gol de Gareth!
There's 3 guys.
¡Gol de la final!
This is amazing. This is like having 4 Gus Johnsons in a booth.
Yeah.
Pero qué mérito para Fabio Coentrao que se
I have no
y Bale pone.
Do you think it's not even words? It's
No.
just noises.
You don't even need it to be words.
No.
I don't care what sport you're watching. If someone is that excited,
Yes.
I'm excited.
Why don't? This is what happens when we get 70-year-old guys calling, NFL Sunday football.
True.
Can
true.
we not get younger guys who are pumped for anything?
Yeah. Let's get some Spanish and Italian and Argentinian and Brazilian announcers
Okay.
come over here. Let's teach them the game.
Okay, so there used to be this on Fox Soccer Channel. There used to be this version of a TV show where they would have one fan from each team call the game, and so they'd both be doing play-by-play and commentary, and they're both crazy fans of the other team, and so they would just be doing commentary and making fun of each other throughout the whole game, and it was way more fun than
Yeah.
just like
Kind of like a mystery science
Yeah.
theater, but with sports.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
they should do that more often.
Yeah, I agree. Let's maybe we should bring that back.
Yeah,
Maybe that's something Press Pay will get into. If you have any production skills, feel free to
Yeah.
contact us and
you
help
want
us
to
out with
pitch
that.
the NFL Network?
If you know anyone at the NFL Network, just let us know.
Yeah.
Some other news, Seattle news, Hawk news.
Oh, sound effects.
Hawks.
Yes.
Sidney Rice, he's back.
This is good.
Yeah, took a little bit less money, but I mean, straight cash, homie. Straight
Straight cash.
Don't have to worry about it.
I think I like him coming back. Apparently, he's a big leader in the locker room.
Yeah.
which is a thing. I guess you can argue how important that really is.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Especially for draftees and younger players and the younger receivers that we
Yeah.
have.
Now, a healthy Sidney Rice is very good.
True.
He's probably only been healthy for about 6-7 games his entire time here. So, since now he's not getting a lot of money, easily cuttable or whatever. But I also think the bigger deal is it makes us a lot more flexible in the draft. We don't have to reach early for a need for wide receiver in the first 2 rounds. So now we can
focus on other positions.
Focus on best player available.
Yeah. Maybe a D line, maybe an O line. I would say those would be the 2 right now that I would be looking for. At least
agree.
For depth and things like that.
So I think you could see us take a wide receiver 3rd, 4th, 5th round, and maybe he doesn't play this year at all, or plays really sparingly, and then he replaces Sidney next year.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, time to build depth, and I think Rice, contract year. I mean, if he doesn't do anything this year, I mean, he could be in real trouble. For his career, he really needs another big year this year. So I think it's a good pickup. I don't expect him to do much, but it's good depth.
But he has the familiarity with Russell as well, which is also great. You can't put a price on the comfort that a quarterback has with his receivers, trusting his receivers, knowing where they like to catch the ball and things like that. So I think it's only positive. The 1-year deal doesn't really hurt the cap too much. So I like the move overall in general.
Agreed.
And so I know Dietrich was especially sad because this week we had Pacquiao versus Bradley, the fight.
Yep.
The boxing match. The boxing fight. So we're going to go ahead and read Dietrich's little review that he had of the fight. So it was for the WBO welterweight title this past weekend, Pacquiao versus Bradley. And Bradley, the defending champion after he stripped the belt from Pacquiao, kind of trying to prove his worth as a title holder and just as a star in the sport, whereas Pacquiao was kind of fighting his way back from the slout or the troubles that he faced just in the past few fights. So Pacquiao ended up winning, mostly for his defense and successfully surprising for the amount of punches that were landed and flurries that took place in the fight. So
I didn't watch.
Dietrich was excited to watch it. He said it was a decent fight, a good title fight, but there will definitely be a third. So we're looking forward to the third fight there. So
wow.
Sound effects.
I didn't watch. I watched the first one when Pacquiao lost, and it was really shocking because I think everyone in the building agreed that Pacquiao should have won because it went to decision.
Yeah, and it could have set up Pacquiao Mayweather.
Yeah. There's so many conspiracy theories in boxing because it's all pretty. There's not one organization that runs it. It's pretty gross and dirty. So, I've slowly kind of weaned myself off boxing.
Yeah, it's got more corrupt.
It's so corrupt. And then there's no more heavyweight division because it's just run by the Klitschkos, and that's about it.
True. And the Klitschkos have, well, not both of them. Vladimir has a fight coming up soon. So we'll get some more boxing news here for Dietrich coming up. But let's get into some music.
Yeah.
The Rewind song this week is kind of based on what was going on in Coachella this past weekend. We had this couple showed up during a couple different performances. One of a sibling, one of an old former rival, now squashed beef. Both announced that they will also go on tour together here in the next little bit.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
Why hasn't a rapper come out with a product called squashed beef? And it's just like a food product.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Patent pending. So this couple, you'd be surprised at how much they're worth. They're worth just south of $1 billion combined.
I'm thinking of one.
Yep. I think you may know them. So if you know who they are, you want to talk about them, or if you're worth $1 billion and you just want to call into the show.
Oh, billionaires, call in.
425-373-5527.
No, they can just somehow do billionaire phone calls.
Or toll free, because I know billionaires love toll free numbers.
Our toll is actually $1 million.
Yeah, for you billionaires.
So
but it's
please call in, though.
1-888-298-KKNW, just in case you don't want to pay anything. But in case you didn't know who it was, it's Jay-Z and Beyonce with 03, Bonnie and Clyde.
You ready, B? Let's go get 'em. Look for me, young B, cruising down the west side highway, doing what we like to do. Eyes behind shades, this necklace the reason all of my days been blind days. But today I got my Ferroist girl with me. I'm mashing the gas, she's grabbing the wheel. It's trippy how hard she rides with me. The new Bobby and Whitney, only time we don't speak is during Sex in the City. She gets carry fever, but soon as the show's over, she's right back to being my my soldier, cause mommy's a rider, and I'm a roller. Put us together, how they gon' stop both us? Whatever she lacks, I'm right over her shoulder. When I'm off track, mommy is keeping me focused. So let's lock this down like it's supposed to be. The 03, Bonnie and Clyde, Hove and B. Holla, all I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend, me and my girlfriend.
Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend, me and my boyfriend.
That's right. All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend. Look for me.
Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend.
The problem is, you dudes treat the one that you loving with the same respect that you treat the one that you humping. That ain't about nothing. If ever you mad about something, it won't be that. Oh no, it won't be that. I don't be at places where we comfy at with no. Oh no, you won't see that. And no, I ain't perfect. Nobody walking this earth's surfaces. But girlfriend, work with the kid. I keep you working at Hermaid Birkin bag, Manolo Blahnik Tim's, aviator lens, 600 drops, Mercedes Benz. The only time you wear a Burberry to swim, and I don't have to worry. Only worry is him. She do anything necessary for him, and I do anything necessary for her. So don't let the necessary occur. Yep. All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend.
Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend, me and my boyfriend.
That's right. All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend. Look for me.
Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend, me and my boyfriend.
Talk to me.
If I was your girlfriend, I'll be there for you. If somebody hurt you, even if it's somebody but me.
That's how.
Yeah.
Break it down for me.
Sometimes I trip on how happy we could be. So I put this on my life. Nobody or nothing will ever come between us, and I promise I'll give my life.
Dancing.
Serving my trust if you was
One more
my
time.
boyfriend. Put this on my life. The air that I breathe in, all that I believe in, I promise I'll give my life. I'm serving my trust if you was my boyfriend.
All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend.
Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend.
Ford Sports Performance is proud to announce the first annual Dream Big Kids Camp, hosted by Super Bowl champion Deshaun Shedd on April 26th and 27th. Kids from ages 8 to 14 are welcome to come to the camp to train like the pros and take their games to the next level. For more information or to register for the camp, go to gofordsports.com. Spots are limited, so be sure to register today. Ford Sports Performance. Train like the pros. Welcome back to Press Play Radio. I'm your host, Taylor Jacobs. With
We
me-
back.
We back. Griffin Bennett. No Dietrich today. That's okay. We'll get through it. We'll have him back next week, everyone.
So here's sending my thoughts out to Dietrich wherever he is working right now.
At work. So he wishes he was here. I know he
Yes.
told me he wishes how much he wishes he was here. But we thought we'd slow it down, and if the music didn't give you a hint, it's Mariner talk time. I know it might be painful, might be scary, especially
Lots again
after
today.
the past two games. Today was just, there were around 20 hits in the game total. The Mariners lost 8-6 to the Rangers, and we also
But
lost.
last night's game was
Last night was heartbreaking,
just the worst.
especially because Felix deserves it so much. He could have been
You know what?
4-0.
That's not even my thing. He's
Yeah.
already won a Cy Young with
Oh, yeah.
13 wins or whatever, 12 wins or whatever
True.
it was. So
14,
it's
yeah.
just a joke. It's the error, the shortstop's error, it's just everything
Yeah.
combined.
Oh,
Let's
Miller.
just not do this.
Yeah, I know. It's rough, and especially because we're playing Texas, who's a division rival.
Yeah.
We had a very heavy division-laden schedule, at least to start the season.
Yeah.
So we're 500 right now. We're not too far under, but we need to start winning games. It's
Yeah.
important for us to start winning these games, and especially games Felix pitches, because
Mm-hmm.
you know you're getting top quality baseball from the mound.
Yeah, I mean, we're treading water until we get our two pitchers back, Walker and Paxton.
Yep.
So
Walker delayed a little bit. He has some stiffness in his shoulder.
yeah,
so I'm hoping he comes back, especially
That's
because
the technical term.
Yeah,
stiffness in the shoulder.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor if you can't tell. But he's on my fantasy team, so I'm especially pulling for Taijuan Walker to come back.
Good pickup.
Yeah, not bad. Late round pickup.
He'll be great.
So, yeah. But let's talk about why the Mariners struggle, or at least why
contributing factor.
Yeah, one of the contributing factors, and that would be the miles traveled by the Seattle Mariners. They are the number one team. They have the most miles to travel in the next 2014 season.
South Alaska is
it's hard.
Not close.
Yeah, Southeast Alaska is hard to
considering
live
our
in.
division rivals are in Houston and Arlington.
Yeah,
that's division.
True.
So somehow they're supposed to be located near us.
I know. The other two teams the other two teams we haven't mentioned in the AL West, the A's and the Angels, wrap out the top three, followed by the D-backs, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers of Los Angeles.
Every team on the West Coast.
Ironically enough.
Weird.
That was a trend that I noticed. And then you look at the fewest miles that have to be traveled here. Baltimore Orioles coming in at 26, a playoff contender. The Pirates coming in at 27. They won their division last year.
Yep.
Playoff contender. Cardinals, always championship caliber. Always in the playoffs. Shout out to my Aunt Robin, big St. Louis fan. The Cincinnati Reds, another playoff contender.
Yep.
And then the number 30 team, well, I think they're number 30 just because the league feels bad for them, and that would be the Chicago Cubs.
So the Cubs, I would not have guessed.
Yeah, it's those Midwest teams because they're pretty centrally located.
Yeah, they're all play each other, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm sure 25 or 24 is the White Sox. We don't have the whole list. They only gave us the top 5, bottom 5. So,
but it's just I wonder how much that with few days off.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
I feel like there should be a rule where if you travel more than 1,000 miles to your next destination, you need a day off. Or you travel more than 2 time zones or something.
Yep. The Mariners this week, just alone, we wrapped up.
I guess we would
series.
never finish our season if that was true.
No. We wrapped up a series with the Rangers in Texas here today, and then we're heading to Miami for 3 days. So that's
sweet.
We're heading over to the other bottom corner of the country. Then we're going to head back for 2 home series, back to back, no break.
No break.
So you're talking about no days off, 3 time zones.
Ouch.
Almost 12-plus games in a matter of 12, 13 days.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And we're going to travel in total 51,540 miles in flights just this season. So in looking at the map, it's definitely discouraging to see all the space it takes for us to get to these games.
Well, Seattle area, we have our little, piece of paradise up here in the Northwest, but I guess it costs us
the fatigue of the players traveling and spending so much time in the air.
Do they have their own private plane or ish?
I'm not sure.
Boeing something?
I'm sure.
Like the Hawks do, don't they?
The Hawks do. I can only imagine Nintendo. I can only hope Nintendo bought them a little plane. I don't think they fly commercial. It would be. I feel like.
When I say that, I mean like. They don't
charter.
Yeah. They should have their own plane that they give extra room. Like if I was the Mariners organization, I'd be doing a lot of different things.
Yeah, wouldn't that would be a great day?
We could do a whole show called "We Are Now the GM, President, Owners of the Mariners."
Oh man! First thing, get the Sonics back.
That's
my first job as Mariners GM.
Everyone, you're fired.
Yep. All right, we're turning this team into the Sonics.
This is too much Mariner talk for April, I believe.
Yeah, but we need to at least we haven't focused on them at the start of the year. We'll
Robbie
give them
Cano
some talk.
hit a home run today.
Yes, he did.
First one.
Took him 13 games about.
Give us a drop for that. Robbie Cano home run drop. Yes. Perfect.
Robbie Cano. With the hip-hop horn. But it was also Jackie Robinson Day, which was just a great day in baseball.
I love that.
Yeah, everyone wears the number 42, no names on the back of the jerseys. It's a cool day. Griffey was one of the first guys who was really at the forefront of that trend of everyone wearing 42, and then around 99, I think, is when they all started wearing it, everyone in the whole league.
He was the one who requested to wear it on Jackie Robinson Day, didn't he?
Right. And if you don't know, 24 is just 42 backwards.
So I was talking to somebody about this, talking about, is he the most influential sport athlete in any sport of all time.
Griff? Man.
Like in terms of overall culture, like beyond the sport itself.
True.
I think he was a real.
Yeah. Oh man, Jordan's probably on the list.
I think that
as I wear a Michael Jordan jersey.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Wizards Jordan jersey, just
to make people angry.
Just because he was.
But I got a Bulls one, but I'm wearing the Wizards one today. Griffey, especially in the '90s, if you think about it.
No, I'm talking about Jackie Robinson.
Oh, Jackie Robinson, sorry. But Griffey as well.
Yeah,
both of them, different generations.
Jackie Robinson's influence
totally
in life bigger than any athlete ever.
I think
maybe
so.
Jordan just like purely dollars-wise.
Yeah. But yeah, Jackie Robinson, at least for breaking barriers.
Yeah.
The biggest. The most notable. You can go to anyone pretty much around the country, maybe even around the world. And
it's crazy. He wasn't just the first black major athlete in sport. He was really good.
Yes.
Like amazingly good.
Yes.
It's really easy to think like, oh,
he may not have had the same impact had he not have been that good, which was
it's
both lucky for us and everyone who is a fan of the sport because what he did was obviously groundbreaking.
Yep.
But let's get into. We don't want to be too negative. We don't want to hound on the bad too much. Let's get into our top 5. So
yeah, let's do it.
We talked about the big four that we found the consensus on, which was Ken Griffey.
Yes.
Edgar Martinez.
Correct.
Felix Hernandez.
Yep.
Why am I spacing on the last one?
Ichiro.
Ichiro, was he in there? No.
That's who or Randy Johnson.
Randy was the other one.
So now you know my 5. I put Ichiro there.
You put Ichiro there?
Yeah. A decade plus of All-Stars, MVPs.
Okay. Ichiro just outside my 5.
I can't believe that.
Buhner tops him for the
No way.
Just for the one. Okay, we're not going on stats here. We're going on impact on the city. Like Buhner Buzz Night was a cultural thing in Seattle for a while.
Do you not know Ichiro Bobblehead Night?
No.
It shut the city down.
Okay, but especially with his relationship, Jay Buhner's relationship with Seattle.
I totally get that.
Ichiro wasn't that open to us. You know what I mean? He was a great player. And I'm not going to
he's
discredit.
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ichiro's going. You know who's not going to the Hall of Fame?
Jay Buhner.
Jay Buhner.
But as far as impact on the city and the organization, I think Jay Buhner was one of those guys.
He's still doing it. Trucks, and more trucks.
Northwest Motorsports, or I think that's
Northwest Truck something.
We won't give him a
Trucks.
Buy
a Buhner truck.
Yeah, go out there, support Jay Buhner, the Bone.
I get that. He was my favorite.
Yeah,
I loved the Bone. It's the perfect attitude for.
If Ichiro had done 5 interviews in English, maybe
that's fair.
Just 5, like a handful, just one handful of like really genuinely great interviews in English.
I heard he was really funny off camera.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't we get to see that? That's why he just falls out.
He was just worried about marketing in Japan. He didn't really care about.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, let's not get too frustrated. Let's get into the Pause song, which is a very unknown artist. I was talking to Griffin in the break. I'm hoping he's heard the song. I bet you he hasn't, but
probably not.
The artist became a world star hip-hop overnight sensation, if you don't know what that is.
As you do.
It's a website that has some really weird videos on it, but he's a living example of why you should never really judge someone by their looks and or voice.
Oh, I have heard this song.
Okay. I was hoping that would give it away. And basically, we'll post the video on our Facebook and Twitter because you have to watch the video.
You have to see who's singing it.
The song is great, but you have to see who's singing it, what the guy looks like, because it's absolutely hilarious. But if you have seen it on World Star Hip Hop, or you like Worlds, Stars, or Hip Hop, feel free to call in 425-373-5527, or toll free in Western Washington, 1-888-298 KKNW. And right now, let's get into it. Spooky Black with Without You.
See my face when I slide through every place I will find you. Every time we fell apart, girl, I see it in the stars. Baby, hold my hand. Let me be your man. Let me take you away from the cold. Baby, be my diamonds and gold. Wander through the mind, thinking I'ma flip and fill my brain with lead. I'ma end my life without you. Baby, let's just see what these cows do. I'm not so perfect, baby, are you worth it? Come right here. Hey, girl, let me see you work it. Now we closing curtains, come right here. You know you're so sexy, the way you move your body up and down. I wanna tell you how beautiful you are, but you know where to be found. Hey, I tried to protect you from my hands, you left you. Broke my heart right there. All I do is stare. No, you never cared. I thought you were different, telling me what isn't. I was wrong. I never thought of you as ignorant. Now I'm getting lifted. You're in my soul. Baby, I'm about to die. Baby, wanna watch me die. Baby, don't you wanna know?
Ford Sports Performance is proud to announce the first annual Dream Big Kids Camp, hosted by Super Bowl champion Deshaun Shedd on April 26th and 27th. Kids from ages 8 to 14 are welcome to come to the camp to train like the pros and take their games to the next level. For more information or to register for the camp, go to gofordsports.com. Spots are limited, so be sure to register today. Ford Sports Performance. Train like the pros.
Remember, you're listening to Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Welcome back to Press Play Radio. I'm your host, Taylor Jacobs. With me, as always, Griffin Bennett.
Hey, hey.
The delayed hey, hey. And Dietrich Kiemle's usually here, but he has...
Yeah, that's why I was delayed. I was like, oh, wait, I'm not second.
You're not second. You're the first one because you're the only one today. But not to say that Dietrich isn't gone or is gone, but he'll be back.
He is gone.
Just today.
Coming back.
He's coming back. But we wish everyone a safe drive. It looks pretty mucky out there. We're looking at out the studio, and there's some traffic already here on the east side, the I-90 405 interchange. So if you're driving around that area,
even if you're listening on the podcast, drive safely.
Yeah, just drive.
Even if you're not driving, drive safely.
In general, even if you don't drive,
do everything safely.
Yeah, and be smart. Just be smart.
Yeah.
Let's get into some fast forward.
Now we look into the future. It's the Fast Forward.
All right, well, this week, Capitol Hill Block Party announced their lineup. Awesome lineup.
Great lineup.
ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ferg will both be there. Chromeo, who was here last night, apparently put on a great concert.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Matt and Kim will be here as well, as well as local favorites Odessa and Saul, as well as Press Play favorites.
Yeah.
And a couple other bands, Star Slinger and Beat Connection.
And another one coming up in our next song.
Are they going to be there?
They're going to be there.
Oh, I missed that on the list. Yeah. All right. Well, we won't let you know.
It's a teaser.
It's a teaser for the song, so stay tuned for the Fast Forward song. But I'm excited. I went last year. It's so much fun.
It's great. Unfortunately, it's always the weekend I'm gone.
Yeah.
I go on vacation that weekend, so.
My girlfriend said the same thing.
Yeah, it's
That's
always
weird.
that weekend. So I've only gone a handful of times, unfortunately. But
Are you going
it's
to try and go
fantastic.
this year?
If I can make it to one of the days, I'm going to try.
Yeah. 3-day passes on sale now.
Yep.
Capitol Hill Block Party, I think, or chbp.com if you're looking to get those. We'll definitely try and make an appearance. So if you want to come listen to some good music with us, meet us down there at the Capitol Hill Block Party in July, at the end of July. So another important thing for us in the Seattle area, even though it has nothing to do with anything going on in Seattle, is the implosion, the continued implosion of the San Francisco 49ers.
It's almost painful. I don't even want to make. I have a 49er friend I talk to all the time, and he's just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
Don't you ever talk about me!
Fair point, Richard. Yep. Fair point.
Man. So we have Chris Culver getting arrested.
Yep.
We have the Kaepernick investigation, which I'm hoping is not true.
I heard he wasn't even there when it happened now or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm for the best, because that one has a victim. That's one, Chris Culver being dumb. Alden Smith getting arrested in the airport for yelling bomb and resisting arrest. That's dumb. That's you being dumb.
Very dumb.
Kaepernick, that situation, which I don't want to get into too much because it's still under investigation.
Yeah.
Has a victim. So we're obviously hoping that one of all ones is the least,
Yeah.
even though he may be the biggest rival and the biggest target here in Seattle, but hoping that one's not true. And just, I don't know what's going to happen with Alden Smith.
Well, it all starts. It seems like there's either a team leadership, a coach leadership, because Harbaugh was almost gone, almost left during the offseason for the Browns, almost got traded or something.
Which is just weird.
So this I don't know what's going on. They've been in the NFC Championship 3 years in a row, Super Bowl once. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this can be happening to that organization.
I don't either, especially with a team that was, if you think about it, 2 to 3 feet away from going to the Super Bowl again this year.
Oh, yeah.
If that pass is 2 feet higher, it's over Sherman's head and it's right into his hands.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want to admit it, it's true.
For sure.
They could have gone to the Super Bowl, not us.
Yep.
I bet you they would have done the same thing to Denver.
Yeah.
So obviously don't want to see them lose it that way. You want to beat them on the field.
Okay, so do you think if they would have won either last year against the Ravens or this year beat us and then went to the Super Bowl, like, would they be having these issues still? Or would
I don't know.
They
might be having more
quelled
issues.
The whole. See, that's what I don't know if it's just like we all know Alden Smith's not the sharpest tool.
No,
in the old
especially now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems like they just need to kind of get rid of the bad seeds and move on.
Yeah.
I want them to be our heel, I
don't want them to lose
rivalry.
because of things that happen off the field. I want them to lose because of what we do to them on the field.
You know who are boring? The Rams and the Cardinals. They're boring teams.
Yeah, at least right now.
Yeah. The 49ers are a scary team that's fun to play twice a year.
And everyone in Seattle looks forward to those two games. Even in San Francisco, and everyone in San Francisco, we all look forward to those two games. And now it's nationally probably the number one rivalry in the NFL.
It's the best rivalry in the NFL, no doubt right now.
Yeah. I can't think New England or Brady Manning.
That's not a rivalry.
It's not a rivalry because they'll never play each other. They'll never play on the opposite side.
I think Ravens, Steelers, maybe, but the Steelers aren't good anymore.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So Jon Stewart last week got into the NCAA, did a little bit of daily show. He ripped him. Mark Emmert got it bad. The NCAA got it bad. And I agree with him. I think that there's a certain amount of extortion going on to some of the athletes in the NCAA.
Well, I think he put it well when he said that, he says the NCAA says the players play the game for the passion and love of the sport.
Right.
But yet they don't put the NCAA doesn't put the games on TV for the love of the sport. They do it for money. So
they do it for the money.
Yeah.
The players have to
and
do
they're
it.
a nonprofit organization.
Yeah,
which
so
is a joke.
Tax-free.
It's craziness.
Yeah. And the NCAA, and I'm not talking you need to pay the players thousands of dollars. I'm just saying, I love NCAA college football, the game, and I would like to play it.
That's a great point.
And if you have to put a few cents away in a bank account for the kid, for his likeness, so that after school he gets paid off of what he did in college, then I'm okay. I'm 100% okay with that.
What I think should happen is it should be similar to the Olympics, where you can get paid for your likeness in the free market. So if Subway wants to do a deal with any college athlete, you're more than welcome to put your likeness towards that.
Right.
You just can't put your schools. You can't be, whatever. Jabari Parker can be in a Subway commercial, but he can't be for Duke. Like
He would have to just be Jabari Parker. Right.
So let them use their likenesses for profit. And that
agree.
way you don't have run into the Title IX issue, which is like the number one thing is you pay football players, you have to equally pay females due to Title IX. So I think there's something where, let them profit off of their likenesses.
But I think there's female athletes who could
100%.
I think
100%.
especially like, for example, Danielle Laurie, a former UW graduate, she could have been a sponsor when she was at UW.
100%.
And she could have made a lot of money. She was noteworthy
for sure
in the media.
And then if you think about it, a bunch of these Olympic athletes, the younger gymnasts or swimmers, like they can't do ads after the Olympics because they're still in school and they'd be declared ineligible.
Right.
So it's just so dumb and
Missy
archaic.
Franklin. She hasn't done any ads.
You can't do any ads because she's still in school.
She's still in school and she wants to be in school. So it's like we're punishing.
It's so dumb.
It's hypocritical.
It's people are. There's no one's taking money from anybody else. They're just refusing to let them earn their money.
Yeah, restricting other people from making money that they earned.
And the NCAA tried to make waves by finally allowing unlimited food.
Yeah,
this week to student athletes.
I didn't even. That was the big.
I cannot believe there was limited food.
Yeah, that's what I think to that.
It's a joke.
Yeah, that's. Oh, hooray! We got food, more food.
Did you know that walk-on athletes weren't allowed any food before this?
Really?
So if you walked on the football team, practiced every day, worked out every day with them, you weren't allowed into the team, cafeteria to eat the free food.
Wow.
It was crazy. They're so archaic and ancient. In 15 years, there will be no more NCAA.
It'll be the college football will be its own entity.
Yes, agreed.
College basketball will be its own entity.
Correct.
Everything will pretty much.
And Olympic sports will be their own thing for sure. It's all NCAA is just they just didn't change. They didn't evolve,
and it's gonna come back
stuck
and
in the
hurt
mud.
them.
Yeah, they'll be done.
Yeah,
all the major conferences will be like, we don't need your terrible organization. We'll move on.
Yeah, the SEC.
Oh, SEC could do it themselves.
Yeah, the SEC could do it. The Southeastern Conference, if you don't know.
You don't know that.
Some
SEC?
people don't know. We'll let them know.
All right.
This is a safe haven for those people who don't
All
know.
are welcome.
All are welcome at Press Play Radio.
Even you Big Ten fans.
Yep. And then a tip of the cap to Como Forward News' Dan Lewis, who announced yesterday he's going to step down from broadcasting the old news here in Seattle. He was on air for 25 plus years.
And it's weird to think that he's probably going to be the last, local, stars of TV, because I know. Personally, I don't think local news.
It's changing.
I don't think local news would be, super popular, or at least watched the same as it was back when he was in his heyday.
Yeah, there might be a revolution, but yeah, Dan Lewis definitely one of the last of a pioneering class of broadcast journalists here in Seattle. So, Godspeed to the silver-haired fox down there at Fisher Plaza.
Have fun.
And he's not going away completely from Como. He said he's going to do special assignments and things like that. So, Griff, we teased it earlier.
Yeah.
Let's get into the fast forward song for this week.
All right. So, I'm not as, well spoken as Dietrich is with this stuff. So
none of us are.
Okay. So this band was formed back in 2005 by Adam Granduciel. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, we'll go with it.
And Kurt Weill.
Yep.
But has undergone many changes over the years. Only Granduciel is remaining from the original bandmates. They just released their newest album, Lost in the Dream, back in March. And they'll be performing at Capitol Hill Block Party this summer. So,
excellent.
This is like the number one reason I would definitely go. It's a fantastic new album. It's literally top to bottom. You can just listen to it on repeat. It's amazing. I listen to them literally daily. Listen to them on the way over here right now.
Excellent.
They sound like a little bit of like Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, like all in one band. Ooh. It's really good. So this is The War on Drugs with Red Eyes.
Ford Sports Performance is the #1 sports performance facility in the Pacific Northwest. With programs 6 days a week, you're bound to find the program that fits your needs. Doesn't matter if your goals are major league or just a major need. Ford Sports Performance is your comprehensive training facility. Give us a call at 425-746-2600 or visit gofordsports.com to sign up today. Ford Sports Performance. Train like the pros. Welcome back to Press Play Radio. I'm your host, Taylor Jacobs. With me, as always, Griffin Bennett.
Hey, everybody.
And usually Dietrich Keemley. We'll have him back next week.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Anyway, let's get into the stop.
Right? Stop that. It's silly. Very silly indeed.
So mine is pretty simple, especially this week on the anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing. Someone left 2 backpacks at the finish line, one filled with a rice cooker filled with confetti, and then one just filled with pretty much just garbage. But anyways, to whoever did this or whoever thinks this is a good idea or any sort of prank like this is some sort of good idea, stop. It's not funny, and especially on something that serious this soon, definitely not something. To the 4 families of the 4 victims and the families of the hundreds of people who were injured.
It's
just disgusting.
It's crazy. I mean, there's not much more you can say.
Yeah, no.
Just stop being stupid.
And then we have a music stop. We'll go ahead and give it to Courtney Love, who said that saxophones have no place in rock and roll. And
What?
that was in response to Bruce Springsteen. She kind of aimed that at him because he uses a lot of saxophone in his.
Kenny G is like the most rock and roll guy of all time.
Yeah.
Kenny G is rock and roll.
And Bruce? You going to take Bruce on?
Yeah, could we? I mean, is Courtney Love really still a thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
I think that's the answer.
That's the real answer.
Yeah.
And some turn-up things from this past week. Game of Thrones.
Turn-ups.
No spoilers. We're not about the spoilers
No
here.
spoilers here. Spoiler-free
But
zone.
episode 2 of this most current season was out of control.
Yeah.
Great episode. Shocking episode. I'm scared for the future.
You should be.
I'm nervous, excited. I have so many feelings right now because of Game of Thrones.
It's funny for a show that's based off a book to have no idea where it's going on an episode-to-episode basis.
Yeah.
It's just like anything can happen.
Yep.
Anything can happen at all.
You think you're safe, but you're not.
No.
No one is safe on that show. So
It's just really fantastic. I'm so glad they did it right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And don't get too comfortable with any characters. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just
sure.
because they may be gone on the next episode or at the end of the current episode. Who knows?
Yep.
And speaking of episodes and seasons, Rick and Morty, one of our favorite shows.
Yes.
Just wrapped up season 1 on Monday. Excellent season 1. The finale was phenomenal. Great show.
Yes. I think, ever since Simpsons and South Park and Family Guy, I think there's really been a trend of, hey, comedies can be made, cartoon comedies can be made because they're cheaper.
True.
And it's pure. It's so funny. It's the funniest stuff on TV. If you haven't watched Rick and Morty, it's a Cartoon Network. It's all on demand if you have Comcast. It's on YouTube for free. If you just search Rick and Morty, I'm pretty sure they're still up there. I mean, it's hilarious stuff. Watch the whole first season. I guarantee you'll like it.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it.
And it's so much like I've tried to get people on to things other like Cartoon Network shows like Aqua Teen Hunger Force or Super Jail, stuff like that. And it's so much more easily it's not as niche as those shows are.
True. And Rick and Morty plays on that dichotomy of Back to the Future.
Yes.
The old
for sure.
Doc.
I mean, Rick looks like Doc from Back to the Future. It's literally on that.
Yeah. So if you like Back to the Future, give Rick and Morty a little preview.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, this week, or at least from April 11th to the 19th, it's Palindrome Week.
Yeah, I saw this has been like everywhere. Palindrome.
Yeah, it's the same forwards as it is backwards. Race car, things like that. Dimitri Martin has a great palindrome poem.
Yep.
Which it was a little bit too long to play on the show, but
it's like you read it backwards and
it's the same backwards as it is forwards. The same words, the same everything. So it's pretty impressive.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's long. It's like
the same letters or just words?
Well, you got to imagine it's the same. It's everything. It's the words and the letters backwards.
Oh my gosh. Like race car?
Exactly like race car.
I bet there are a lot of race cars in that poem.
Or mom. Mom. That's
race
a good one.
cars.
Speaking of mom, happy birthday to my mom. It's my mom's birthday today.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all our turn up. So we have time just for a couple more things. Let's get into 2 questions.
Yes. Questions.
Start it off, Griff.
All right. So I am a teriyaki addict. It is my favorite meal.
Yep.
It is so delicious. Yum, yum, yum.
Yep.
What is the best teriyaki spot in the greater Seattle area? Go.
Oh, it's difficult. East side over here. It's actually in Factoria.
Okay.
Teriyaki time.
Teriyaki
Either 1 or 2.
Okay.
1 is down here in downtown Factoria. 2 is up in Newport Hills. But Teriyaki Time has a super combo for $6.99. Chicken teriyaki, pot stickers, chicken gyoza, and a spring roll, an egg roll. It is as well as rice and salad.
Steal.
Yeah, you can't get a better deal. So that's actually probably my answer.
I feel like we shouldn't be naming restaurants we should be numerating them.
Yeah.
Like I want there to be a Chipotle 1, a Chipotle 12. Yep.
I want to
be
know.
way more fun. Like you could just be like, oh no, 16 is way better than 24, man.
You ever been to 48?
Dude, 48's the best. They give you extra chicken.
I know. And then, and Lotte, R.I.P. Lotte. And
Lotte,
that was the best one.
yep. Lotte teriyaki.
All right. What was your second question?
All right. If you could bring back one canceled TV show that you liked, what would it be?
Oh, man. canceled. That's hard. Firefly.
Firefly, great choice.
Yeah, love Firefly.
Great choice.
Bring that back. All right, my 2 questions.
Yes.
Who wins in a fight? Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur.
Like all 3 of them are fighting.
Free for all. Who wins?
I think Charizard just because he can fly. I
Yep.
think that's a supreme advantage.
But
I do like Blastoise because of his shell. Shell is handy.
Blastoise actually won. It was a death battle here this week, so that was actually the winner of.
So let's plug
the
Death Battle. What's the YouTube channel? Is it just Death Battle?
Just go into YouTube and type in Death Battle, and you'll find it. It's screwattack.com or Death Battle in YouTube to find it. And then my second question would be Sandlot or Mighty Ducks. What team are you playing on? I know I asked Dietrich, but who are you playing for?
Sandlot or Mighty Ducks?
Yep. Which team?
The Mighty Ducks. This isn't close.
All right.
Mighty Ducks did stuff.
But the Sandlot was fun.
Played
man.
in a backyard.
Yeah, well, it was fun. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening to Press Play Radio. You can find us every Thursday 4 to 5 on 1150 a.m. Have a good night, Seattle. Until we meet again.
See ya.